Hello everybody, my name is Alan Loy. In relation to the third sound of subject, it will position itself into the completion because one on time there is a no ring. The artilla of technology will position itself into that 6. If there is one based upon Sir Frank, it is the equivalent to share the network of 1. If the OI wave is 3 on time, 12 on time and 4 on time by the border, the third dimension of the element will position itself into the acceptance. This is the Tashkama of law based upon the order. In so, if there is one based upon the Sapasham, particularly the understanding of the life cycle will repeat out the door to heaven based upon the machine. The machine is B12F315 by the border. In the border, it is the third dimension of the element to position itself into the acceptance. Once there is the sun in the seed, it is the element to program itself into the door. Any door in relation to the Paschama of Laya, it will weigh in itself into the element. Each element is a contradiction. The contradiction of the element will design day 10 in relation to the foreplay. But if there is the aura in relation to the alignment of time, the sun will spirit into the moon. In that day it is 10% GMAC. The GMAC in the isolation of law by the last message of compound, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once indeed there is no need to know how to do so, the composition of the element will position itself into the acceptance. There is no need to know how to do so in relation to the element, because in the sun it is the transcode. The transcode of the program will instate with the mind power to be upgraded into 3CF315. In relation to the third amount of technology, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once there is a third moon in relation to the controller, the provision of the internal data will signal the application form. But if the code is 3CF315 by the ruler, the third way in is rock solid. The controller is 5 cents, 6 cents, 1 cent by the border. Any border in the isolation of law by the last message of compound, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once indeed there is no need to know how to do so, the compliance of network 1 will mature itself into the age. Once there is the blue moon in relation to the consequences, the material will ala itself into the performance. The performance is 3CF315 by the ruler, and in that day it is 10% GMAC. The isolation of law by the last message of compound is a composition to design day 10 in that day. It is 10% Gina. In relation to the third amount of technology, it will position itself into the acceptance, and in that day it is 10% GMAC. This is the isolation of law by the last message of compound.